Welcome back to International Scale Modeler. This is September's new show. I know it's a little bit late than it normally is, but life does get in the way, unfortunately, every now and then. But it is the 30th today, so we're going to squeeze it in time, just in time before the end of the month. But I can't believe it's been a month since our first proper news show anyway, so there's a lot has happened on the forums and everywhere else and everything, so we've got a lot to go through again today, so it should be a nice long show if you're into that sort of thing. First off, just want to quickly go over what we're actually doing in the new show, so what's coming up. Basically, we've got a forum update, obviously all the GBs, the SiGs, and any news and competitions and prizes and things like that, and the winners and everything. We've got a video of my Mancave coming up a little bit later, or upon request. What model reviews are coming for September? We didn't get to do all of the reviews that I said were coming in September, sorry, in October. Mainly because we didn't want 3 F16s in the same month, so we've got 2 F16s, but we'll do the suit for another day, another month. We've got obviously mine and Paul's current builds and everything, now where we are at the moment with our builds and what we're up to. There's a couple of paint reviews. There's an AK brush review and a Lifecolor flesh paint set review as well during the show. There's also product review of some new products that are just about to hit the shelves in the next few weeks or so, I think, and the company's asked us and myself and Paul to trial, and we're quite excited about these actually. They've you know, they've done really well, but we'll get onto that in a little bit later. Got a couple of shout outs at the end and everything, and that's pretty much it. So on with the show. Okay, I'd like to start this week's show really by way of a big thank you to someone. A big thank you to Greg Ches. Okay, now why am I doing a big thank you to Greg? Mainly because he has donated this to ISM. Now this, if you can see it, is a 1/28 scale B17G in Bolsterwood. Now I would imagine Bolsterwood isn't a lot of other things. But I mean, looking at it, just I will do a review on this as well during the month. But that's what it looks like built up, which is awesome, I think. And both Paul and I have said we wouldn't mind doing this ourselves and have it on the shelf, because that would look really good. But I just want to say, I mean, this kit retails for about 130 quid. So and Greg said he got it as a present, and obviously would never use it, and would we like it as a prize, and I've got to say, you know, overwhelmed by that. That is amazing. So thank you very much, Greg. That's really appreciated, mate, and we will come up with a competition in the next month or so for that. But just want to say a big thank you to Greg for that, and it is really appreciated, mate. Thank you very much. So now we're going to go on to the GBs and SiGs and where we are and everything with that. Now obviously the World War II SiG finished recently, and we did a big reveal video for that. Excellent, awesome work from everyone involved. The video is actually on the channel if you want to have a look at the entries and who won and everything. As I say, really chuffed with that. The sci-fi SiG has now finished as well. That finished 2 days ago. I'm going to do a reveal video for that probably tomorrow, which will be released probably tomorrow, so the 1st of October, and we'll announce the winners at the same time, obviously. There was quite a lot of entries, but there wasn't many people that actually got over the finish line on that. So you know, I think there's 5 people up for 3 prizes, so you know, someone's going to be lucky, someone's going to be unlucky again. But another hard job picking the winners on that, because they're all excellent entries again that you know, got to the end. So we really are looking forward to seeing that one come to fruition. The Cold War era GP. Now this started on the 14th of September, which replaced the World War II GB. We have had a ton of entries on this, and it's proven to be really popular, and I've got to say, really impressed with the amount of. There's quite a diverse range of not only aircraft but AFVs and things like that. I'm even doing the Sawyers Rocket for it, just to be a bit different. There's some amazing entries in there, and they're all starting to come along really well. And as the main GBs now are 4 months long, you can, you know, if you really wanted to, there's a lot of opportunity to maybe submit more than one entry in each GB. I'm doing this Sawyers Rocket. I've getting this whacked through really quick. So if I do have the time a little bit later on, I might be able to enter another model as well. I've got something in mind, but I just want to see, time's a big factor for me at the moment. So but there's been a huge response to that, and as I say, I think this one's going to be even tougher to judge. It was bad enough last time, but this one's going to be really hard. I can see that coming. Not looking forward to that, to be honest with you. Obviously, we've got lots of prizes for this, again sponsored by Models Are Go. We've got these kits here that are flashing around at the moment, all excellent kits, and it's, again, thanks to John at Models Are Go for supplying these for our members. Really impressed with the support that we're getting from Models Are Go at the moment, so thank you very much, John. Cheers for that. The other one, we've got another SIG at the moment, the World of Tanks SIG, so we've got about a month left on that one. Now the World of Tanks SIG isn't sponsored by anyone. It's basically just a few members got together and thought they want to do a SIG based on the World of Tanks in their garage. So you've still got a month left on that. So if you do play World of Tanks and you've got a tank you wouldn't mind building in your garage, then hop along and join in. There's quite a few entries now, and there's a few starting to finish as well. So there's some really good efforts so far that have finished. We're not doing any prizes for it or anything like that, but we will be giving away some ISM badges to everyone who completes. The ISM badges are going to prove quite important next year. We're giving them away with all the prizes. All the prize winners will get an ISM badge now, and we'll hand them out willy-nilly on the forum as well, just to say that you know, if we like something a lot, there's a certain post or a contribution someone's made, then we'll give them a badge. Now it doesn't sound like a lot of badge, well, what the hey, but next year Paul and I will be going to quite a few model shows, and if we see people wearing our badge, you'll get an instant spot prize while we're out and about. So that's another thing as well to look out for. Obviously, guys abroad, we won't be seeing you much, I'm sure, but anyone in the UK, if you're wearing a badge and we see you at a show, then you get a spot prize and things like that. So we thought that would be handy and a nice thing to implement. And obviously, as the forum grows and we get older and older, there'll be more and more people with these badges, and I can see it costing us a lot of money in the end. But at the moment, that's what we plan to do, so we just thought that would be a good idea, and we rolled that out today. We've also got the non-military figure long-term GB. Now that's only been running a month or so. We've got a lot of people entered some figures in that. Now there's going to be long-term ones. Obviously the idea of the long-term GBs is to give you plenty of time, do something that's completely out of your comfort zone or usual modeller's comfort zone, and give you plenty of time to do that as well. So you can have it on the back burner and going all the time while you're doing your normal stuff as well. That way it's not putting pressure on you to do something that you wouldn't normally do in a short space of time. So what we're doing is the figure build is really good. It's sponsored by Dark World Creations, and it's looking really good at the moment. Some great figures in there, and as I say, I've got my Judge Dredd and he's half done sort of thing. He's all his base coat's done and ready for paint. So one day in the next month or so, I might sit down and just, you know, have a crack at that and see how we do. So it's way out of my comfort zone, that's for sure. And I've never painted a figure before, apart from a pilot in a 148 Tamiya Spit, I think it was, which came out okay, but that's the only time I've painted a figure. Now obviously all our group builds and SIGs are sponsored by E-Models, Models Are Go, and S&M stuff, and Dark World Creation. So we've got quite a few sponsors now, which is magic. We've also got a new sponsor coming on board very soon, which we will go on about a little bit later on. And they're a new player in the model market, and they're doing products and sundries and things like that. So we shall see more of them later, I'm sure. Now, and we've also got a new SIG starting up very soon. There's a poll on the site at the moment. There's about 3 or 4 days left to run on the poll, but the options are IAI or IDF, anything from the Israeli forces basically. We've got military wheeled vehicles only, we've got Lockheed Martin only, and we've got whirlybirds only. And so if you want to have a vote or have a go at another SIG, obviously this one will be sponsored by S&M stuff as well, which is all the paints and everything. And if you want to have a crack at that, then go on and make a vote. I think at the moment it's neck and neck between the Israeli and the whirlybirds. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. It really is neck and neck, so a very close thing indeed. So we're looking forward to that as well. Whatever happens, I think I've got something in the stash to cover it, so as I'm sure most people have as well. But anyway, so what we're going to do next, we're going to do a review, or Paul's going to do a review on the AK brushes, which he bought the full set of recently for weathering, and I think we're going to do a review on that. So here's Paul.
Hi guys, Paul from Scale Modeler. Another AK product. This time it's AK Interactive's modelling brushes. Set of 12 brushes. I think there's 4 flat and 8 round. Various sizes, from thick flat, as I'll show in a minute, down to small. Large round brushes down to really fine detailed brushes. If I take this one out of its packet, I can put it with the rest of them. So, like I say, set of 12 brushes. For me, the reason I bought these is I've got a drawer full of old brushes collected over the years that I use for various weathering purposes, decaling, what have you. I just took on my Mammoth group build of my King Tiger. Sick to death of picking up various different brushes at different manufacturers, sizes, not knowing what the hell I've done with it. It's been used for decaling, I've used it for clear coat, and then getting pigment on it and putting it back in the drawer, and then later day picking it back out yet again, not knowing what's what. Doing that, I run the risk of ruining another model. I'm trying to get a clear coat on something that's got, you know, mud pigment in there. It's not going to be the best thing. So I bought these, and the one reason I bought them, not because they're AK, is that they're bright orange. I've got no other bright orange brushes. I don't know anybody else that makes a bright orange brush. These are going to sit in my little Airfix cup on my workbench, and I know these are just used for weathering. That's the entire reason I've used them, bought them, nothing else. Not just bought them for the name, it's just because they're bright orange and I know what they're for. So what we get is you've got 4 flat brushes, from size 8 down to 2, I think it is, yeah. So you've got 8, 6, 4 and 2. The type's a larger one, ideal for filters where you need to cover a large surface area. The synthetic brushes, which, you know, for doing things like weathering, you don't need the finest Kolinsky sable because it's just going to get destroyed. So synthetic's perfect, not going to react with any products, you know, everything's safe to go through it. The generic brush shape, there's nothing special about them whatsoever. They're about £2 each from various stockists. I got these from emodels.co.uk. I can say ideal for filters, so that's what that one will be used for. You've got number 6, which is slightly smaller, again probably filters, used for a bit of mapping because it's a larger size. It's great for covering larger areas. Then you've got a smaller one, so ideal for stumping rust streaks. Again, something I haven't stepped into is AK's range of weathering products, because it's all enamel paint and I've got the full range of Tamara enamels which I use for that effect, but again later date I might. So, you know, using enamel products, you can use one of the smaller brushes I'll show in a minute, and then once you've got on the model in the street, you can then stump it using mineral spirit or white spirit with these. So a couple of good sizes there, ideal, perfect sizes. As you can see, they're brand new, they've still got their stickiness to the actual bristles, so I'm yet to use them, but they look absolutely superb. They retain the shape very well being synthetic, so really can't fault that. So 4 flat brushes, all ideal sizes. You don't want anything too big, because if you've got too big it's going to hold too much of whatever you're putting on, be it a filter, white spirit, you're just going to flood the area, so really isn't what you want. So yeah, set of 8 round brushes, various sizes. Brush sizes seem hit and miss with some manufacturers. I mean, that's supposed to be 5.0, and yeah, I've got a 3.0 Winsor Newton there that's a hell of a lot smaller than it. So don't always go by the 0 number, because it often means nothing in brushes. So we start at 8, and the smallest one is that 5.0 one I just had there. It is a nice fine brush, but to me it's not as fine as some of the others I've got, which are supposed to be a bigger size. So again, ideal, applying oil dots for mapping, rendering, paintwork, fading and what have you for that kind of effect, stumping it off with a flat brush, right down to that 5.0, which you can use for adding a streaking effect, be it rust, rain and what have you, and then again stumping it down with a flat brush. Medium sized brushes, you've got anything and everything there, so a really good range of sizes to cover all, you know, be it, oh, let me think, adding a bit of chipping, you could use these for chipping. Not as far as I'd like for chipping, but again, you know, if you want to buy these purely and simply for weathering, that's what they're used for. For me, my weathering brush is one of my Winsor & Newtons or one of my Tamiya Pro brushes. But again, you've got good range of brushes, all different sizes, to suit everything. So basically that's it really, not much to show. A bunch of brushes. So literally these now live on my desk in my Airfix cup. I know if I need something for weathering, whatever effect it is, be it washes on aircraft, armour, anything at all, that's the brush I go to, and no more root around my drawer now. For numerous Humbrol, you know, Atelier brushes, God knows what they've been used for, and just using it. So that's what they're going to be used for now. So like I say, £2 each. Most model shops sell them. Anything that sells the AK Interactive range will sell those. Like I say, I got mine from models.co.uk. So thanks for watching. Take care.
Well, thanks for that, Paul. As you can see, I mean, he's bought them just solely so he doesn't mix up his brushes and things like that, which I keep doing. But I'm not going to go out and splash out on the AK ones. I've seen some other sets that I've seen that I think will do the job just for weathering purposes. But thanks, Paul, that's a great review. Next, obviously, just back to the forum, a couple of things on the forum. The kit review section, which we've got going on. There's over 100 videos now for different kit reviews and things like that that members have submitted. If you're a member, you've got a YouTube channel and you do video kit reviews, then please come along, post them up in that section, and you know, I'm sure you'll get your page will get a lot more views because of it. They tend to get average about 100 views per thing minimum, you know, so come over and do that, pop your reviews on there for us, and that's great. We've also got photo reviews as well. They're fine. If you don't do videos, you can do photo reviews of kits that you've just bought, inbox stuff and everything. Excellent. We welcome every type of review. What we're going to do now, we're just going to quickly go over and talk about all the different prizes and prize winners we've had for the month of September and a bit of the previous month as well. Okay, so monthly prize draw winners we had for August. Sprue Cutter won the August monthly free prize giveaway by eModels. This is a picture of Sprue with his beat with his model, so well done on that. It's an excellent model, big model. And we've got the draw will be tomorrow for this one, which is the BA Hawk T1A. Now this is this month's free giveaway from eModels as well, so we'll be doing a draw for that for tomorrow night. There's quite a few entries in that so far, so we're looking forward to see who wins that one. That will be done soon. We've also got, I mean, if you want to enter that, if you want to have an enter for that prize, then I suggest you get over there and post before 12 o'clock tonight, actually. So not long to do it, a couple of hours, but there's still plenty of time. This is next month's free prize giveaway prize, and again sponsored, donated by eModels. So this will be starting from the 1st. You can put your entries in for this kit as well. Now this is a great, if we do end up having a whirly bird SIG, then this would be ideal for it. So so excellent thing, and this is a starter kit that includes the paint and figures and things like that. Obviously also we've got the prize here for the figure build Dawn of Apocalypse figure. These are worth 40 quid, so that's quite a nice little prize. And we've got some badges here, obviously, which we give out with all the prizes for our new thing that we're doing. Now, obviously, we've got the Cold War SIG, which is sponsored by Models Are Go, and we've got the not the SIG, the GB, sorry. And these are the prizes that we've got from Models Are Go for that one. So that's great. I think we've got, how long have we got left on that? That's good, 2.5, 3 months, something like that. So plenty of time. We're also going to have another What Is It competition this month. We've had 2 so far. We're going to do this month. The prize is going to be another BA Hawk T1A. Now these competitions are sponsored by myself and Paul, so we've gone out and bought these. But this is the Revel Hawk T1A, the same as the black kit, but this is the Red Arrows version. Okay, so that's going to be the prize for the What Is It competition. I've got a brilliant picture, and it's very topical, and it'd be interesting to see who gets it. So So there you go, so watch out for that one. Obviously we're also going to try and think up of a competition for this month for Greg's prize. Now it's not a cheat, it's a very expensive model, and this model is a Bolsterwood model, but you can actually get engines for it and fly it if you're into that sort of thing. So it can be radio controlled, or you can have it as a static model. As I say, I actually like it without making it up and covering it. I like this one here. I think that looks pretty funky. But this is going to be, it's 130 quid worth of kit there. So that's going to be, we're going to come up with a prize, a competition to win that prize at some point next month. We just got to think of something that's going to do it justice, really. But we don't want a long-winded model competition. We want a competition that's going to be easy to enter, so everyone can have a crack at it. But we really haven't decided what we want to do yet. So we'll get back to you on that one. But as far as the competitions that go, we've got the other SiG starting as well, which will be sponsored by S&M stuff. Now S&M stuff was sponsored the Sci-Fi SiG, which is also finished a couple of days ago, and we've got these prizes here, which will be announced. When will they be announced? Probably tomorrow. We'll do the reveal video and the announcement for the winners for the Sci-Fi SiG tomorrow. Again, some lovely prizes from Sean at S&M stuff, so we thank you very much for those. And he will be sponsoring the next SiG as well, so whether it be the Whirlybird or the Israeli forces, it'll be one of those two, I'm sure. Then we've got a load more paints and prizes and things like that coming from Sean for those, so thank you very much, mate. So that's about it really for the prizes and the competitions for September and going on into October. But what we're going to do now, we're going to have a quick look at what Paul's builds are, what his current builds are, where his state of his plays with his models and mine as well. So I'll hand you over to Paul and we'll have a look at his first.
Hi guys, it's Paul from ISM. Welcome to our monthly news show. Obviously this is my little update segment. I'll be going through shortly all my current builds, everything that's in progress, or you know, we've gone onto the shelf for a little bit, what have you, and also the builds I'm actually currently building right now. Also behind me you can see what will be the upcoming reviews of the next few weeks. So we'll be starting with Tamiya's new 135th Tyran 5, the Israeli, I think it's T55 variant, if I remember right. Looks an absolutely fantastic kit. Everything I've seen in magazines, I've seen it built in magazines. The detail is just absolutely superb, so really looking forward to that one. So that'll be full unbox review very soon. And also, kit I wanted for a long time, ever since it came out. This is my favourite aircraft of all time. Love the P-51D, and the Mustang's just an iconic plane. Tamiya's 132 version, absolutely stunning kit, absolutely phenomenal. Blows all the other ones out the water as far as I'm concerned, detail wise. You can, there's lots of removable parts, removable engine cowlings, a lot. So really detailed kit. Being my favourite plane, absolutely superb. Love it. So really looking forward to reviewing this one and also building it. Was hoping to make this my next build, but that Tamiya 132 F16 I reviewed a few weeks back, that's jumped right ahead of the queue. So I'll be building that next than that rather. So what we'll do now, I'll move to the workbench and I'll go through all my current builds. Right, okay, so we're on my workbench now. I've got all my current works in progress. The only thing missing is the Cuba wagon to go with the 135th Tiger. I couldn't be bothered to get it out, to be honest. It's just been painted, there's nothing really to look at, so it's nothing fantastic. Just the, what we got, five pieces of work on the go at the moment. 2 have been shelved, 3 are currently on the go. I'll explain the reasons as I go through. So, start off, we've got the K&R replicas. This is a white model kit of, it was the, if I zoom in a little bit for you, it was of the Mark IV Escort RS Turbo. I sanded off the bonnet vents, which were there, the overhead, which were just on there. I sanded those off. The previous owner, I got this used. They tried to make twin headlights and what have you, which failed miserably, so I had to get rid of those as well. Various other bits. The reason for doing this, I had a Mark IV XR3i, which basically had all the RS Turbo bits. It wasn't a lookalike. It was still badged as an XR3i, but I had RS Turbo wheels, suspension, and it's exactly, the same colour. This is a Ford black colour, so it was the colour of my car. You can see the gloss finish I've got on this is superb. I used car automotive paint for the black, and then Tamiya's clear for the clear coat, and that finish is just absolutely stunning. This one's shelved at the moment. Previous owner, not sure what happened. There's the RS spoke wheels. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can see. For some reason, one of the tyres has got a chunk out of it. Not quite sure why, so I need a replacement tyre. All the interiors together. So I painted it up in the very same colour as my XR3i had. Very basic, you know, it's a white model kit, it's a hefty kit, there's no real massive amount of detail in it, so it's not one of those kits, it's just a nice, you know, trip down memory lane as such. The main problem is where the sunroof is that goes through the top of the bodywork, it's tinted on the Fords, so you have to mask it off to spray it. I've used Tamiya Smoke. Previous owner had done that, I have no idea what they masked it with. Whatever it is, it's all over the plastic, sticky. I, for the life of me, have tried every single solvent, you know, that's friendly to plastic to remove it, and I cannot get it to shift. I've tried everything, and I've got nearly every solvent chemical you can think of. It just will not go. It moves, it comes off, and it dries, and it's there, so it must have damaged the plastic. Sadly, I'll get to that one second, and then the floor pan underneath, so you've got the exhaust. It's a very simple kit, there's only about 20-25 components in it all. I've emailed the company, it's a very small manufacturing company by the look of it, they just make these. My emails were bounced back from the business email. I messaged the guy on eBay, because they have an eBay shop where they sell all these vehicles. Again, I got no answer, sadly. So I think it's a phone call, but I was building this just because I had a couple of spare weeks, and I've literally got to put it together, and that's it. So literally all the components slot in like so. I'll just pop it in very quickly. As Tommy Cooper said, just like that. As you can see the windscreen, you can see the flaws on the plastic, so no good for me. Sunroof came out well, quite happy with that, but obviously I've got to sort out that plastic. So there's one temporarily on hold. I'm looking forward to getting that done as well, because I had some good times in that car, so looking forward to having a little model of it. Second one, which is also currently shelved, is my King Tiger. This was for our World War II group build. It's Dragon's King Tiger with a Henschel turret. It's a late model, but I've made a few changes for my own personal reasons. This is what I consider to be the ultimate Tiger. It's a late model Tiger with a single piece tracks, but Zimmerit. Yeah, I know none of them had Zimmerit, but as I've said before, I don't really care. This is the Tiger I wanted. We have a look on the side cam. You can see we're all camoed up. We just started to make a headway on the pigments, and what have you, got some of the dust effects down, some of the mud, which just needed a bit more going over. So it's probably 80% complete. The full metal tracks, they're all painted. They're painted weathered. You can see, you know, that paintwork certainly faded just how I wanted it. Absolutely superb. We go to the pigments at the front. So as you can see, I started laying down the mud texture. I wanted this, you know, as a Tiger that had been through mud, but then had been on city streets or, you know, dirt roads for quite some time. So muddy, but it's got dust on it. Hence the way it's all been weathered. Paintwork over extra acrylic paints, I think they're absolutely superb match for the Dunkelgelb, olive grunt, and the I can't pronounce the word. I can't even see the paint. No, it's Sockenbrunn or something it is. I can never remember it. But nearly there, like I say, it's complete. Fantastic kit. You've seen pictures of this. It's my avatar on the forum. It was full photo etch, so it looked absolutely stunning in the photo etch. As a lot of people keep telling me, it was a shame to paint it, but I wasn't spending £250 like this thing's cost me. I'm not painting it. I made a related idea one and just have it as a photo etch display model, but for now this was getting done. I got a little bit burnt out doing this. I did a lot of work in probably a month, you know, a massive amount of work. Building the kit should be the easy part on armour. It's a paint and weathering, it takes time, and I took a hell of a long time building it. So I got a little bit burnt out. I ran out of time for the group build, so it's been boxed for a little bit. Once I get this Corsair out of the way and maybe another build, I'll come back to it and finish it off. It's not forgotten, certainly not. I put a lot of hard work into it, and even me, I don't like bigging up my own work. I think it's looking absolutely stunning, just as one of the wheels, sprockets fall off, sprockets arms fall off. It's actually not glued in position, so it's not a problem. Pop it back in actually for safekeeping. I'll end up losing her otherwise. So, you know, really looking forward to getting this done. Like I say, I'm very critical of my work, but even I think this thing looks stunning. Just the way I want it. Highly faded paintwork and very weathered. So, again, looking forward to getting that one done. Just get rid of some of these pigments off my hands now. Next one up is Airfix's ME109. I'm getting pigments all over it now. This is for our techniques guide. This is where we left it last time. I just gone round, tidied it all up. I've got pigments all over it now, so it's going to need a wipe over later. This is ready for the next part, which is priming, which will be up, I'm hoping, later this week, maybe the weekend. Let's put that up there. Maybe the weekend we'll get this done. Bits of fill just on the front of the wings that I've done. So I will get back to this, and like I said, I get part, I think it's 7 we're at now, is it? Which will cover priming, cleaning the airbrush, then we'll get through to the camo work, and I'll show you spraying and what have you. So it's a cracking kit, I love that kit. Very, very simple kit. Right, pardon me, I'm full of cold at the minute as well, so please excuse me. Absolutely shocking cold. Current major build, this is my current video build for your models. You've all seen this before, so I'm not going to dwell on it. Is the Tamiya F4U, the 132. Absolutely superb kit. Very happy with this cockpit. A lot of time and effort into this, and it turned out very well. So like I said, it's Tamiya's brand new 132 F4U Corsair. Building free models on their channel, so you can find all the videos on there, and the links are on our forum as well. Stunning kit. Again, I'm doing another part of this. I got 3 parts done in about a week because I enjoy building it that much. But then I thought to myself, I have to slow myself down a little because I can't build all this in, you know, a month, or if it was mine, I'd have it done in a couple of weeks. So it's going to take a few months to build, step by step. So this is put to one side, not voluntarily. I've done it for a reason. So I can't have e-models putting up 12 videos in the space of 2 weeks because that's just silly at the end of the day. So reluctantly, I put this to one side. It keeps looking at me from the edge of the workshop, calling me, but I've got to leave it. So there'll be another part of this one very soon, which you'll see this into the fuselage. I'll start getting the fuselage halves together, and then we'll start moving on with the build, because, you know, like I said in the video, this is quite a major part of the build for me. So we'll get that one going as well. And my current, pardon me, my current Cold War group build. If I zoom out again, oh, we are fully out. It's a big plane, it's a big old bird. We'll go to the side camera. Is Great Wall Hobbies MiG-29 Fulcrum, the 913 version. Absolutely stunning kit. As you can see, we're in primer at the moment. I've been ill since, I think it was Sunday, so I haven't really done any modelling, plus my girlfriend's quite badly ill as well at the minute, so I've been looking after her. Cockpit's been fully detailed out. I've sprayed the cockpit glass in the interior colour, then I've primed over, so this is all ready for pre-shading. Needs a little bit more sanding, which the primer showed up as it always does. Then we get some pre-shading down, get some of the other colours on the noses, FS, it's an FS grey, I can't remember the exact code now. And then we'll move on to using some of the ACAM paints which I showed you as well. So really looking forward to getting this one done, because once this is done, I'm building Tamiya's 132 F16, and I am really looking forward to building that. But this kit, I think it's just come out in the UK now the past few weeks. I think it's about £47 at the likes of E-models, £50 elsewhere and what have you, and really, really good kit. I've had this for a few months. I got it from Lucky Models when it was first released, so this thing's going to look absolutely, well, I think it's going to look stunning once it's done. It's one of my favourite aircraft, so really looking forward to getting that done. So there we go, there's all my current builds. A couple of works in progress, a couple of shell projects which they will come back out and get done. And that's it really, so that's enough for me. I'll take you back to Lee.
Thanks for that, Paul. Excellent work, mate. So we're looking forward to those coming to fruition, that's for sure. So I'm sure it'll be up to Paul's usual standard, which is excellent. My builds at the moment, obviously for the figure build GB, I've got Judge Dredd here. Now he's all stuck together and base coated with a black, and I've just got to start painting him really. And which is, I've got to say, I'm a little bit apprehensive because I've never done a figure before, so it's really is new territory for me, and I really want to get it right, because these figures deserve justice, because he is the law. But you know, it's going to be tricky. There's a lot of stuff to it, and I want to make sure I get it right first. So I've got a couple of old World War II pilots, 1/48 scale in the spares drawer that I think I might just have a little practice on before I go and do you know, do him as well. King Tiger, finally, this is nearly finished. As you can see, all painted up now. It's all painted up now. Decals on. That's freehand. I painted all that freehand, and it's my first go at freehand on a tank. It's such a small scale as well. It was quite tricky, but I think it hasn't come out too bad. So I've just got to weather that now. That's all ready for weathering. So I'm nearly there with that. It's been going on a while, that one, I know. I've also finished my sci-fi entry into the sci-fi SIG, which was the Colonial Volca. Again, this was a good one. Instead of using the kit decals that came with it, because I bet they're a pig, I taped it up and painted the red on there and everything, and used the metallizers on the engines and things like that, and the burners, and some pictures on the site, and they'll be on the reveal video tomorrow as well. It hasn't come out as well as I had hoped, because unfortunately the wash soaked into the varnish a little bit. I don't know why. It was using the new Alclad varnish, which I've never used before, and I did give it 4 coats, so it should have been alright, but it has kind of soaked in a bit, so unfortunately it hasn't come out as well as expected. But the base has come out very well, and I think I was going to give it to my son, but I think I might keep it. It's still, I reckon it's quite nice. So that's all finished and done. So it's nice to actually complete something which I haven't done for a while. I've also started, just as you know, I've knocked this together in a day. But recently I did a review. I bought this just as an impulse buy. I did a review. There is a review up on the channel. Oops, I've put that together now, and as you can see, I'm going to let my imagination run wild. I've got a really funky scheme that I want to do for this. It's a bit different, and it's going to be a practice for a project that I'm going to use this as practice for a project that I'm hoping to start in the next, I don't know, whenever I get time, but it's something I want to do. So I'm going to do that in a special camo scheme, which is why I bought it, really, to test it out and just try something different. And because it's sci-fi, it's Warhammer, it doesn't really matter. I can let my imagination run wild with it, so I can do it how I like, and I don't care what anyone thinks. So that's progressed. So that's ready for paint. And I've also got for the ISM, the Cold War GB, I'm doing the Sawyers Rocket. That's what I've got together. This was again a first go for me with Alclads, but as you can see, that's come up together nice. It's come up really nice. And I've got the boosters there. They're all ready to put together, and it's pretty much done then. But the Alclads have come out. I mean, they are superb paints, if you can see that. Okay, they are absolutely superb paints, and they really do give a real metal-like finish to the model. But I mean, that's a nice quick build. I wanted to do something I could complete quickly for that group build, so it frees me up to do a lot of other things. But at least I've entered and finished another of our group builds. So that's where I am with my builds at the moment. I also have bought a quite a large model, which I've done a review on, which will be released in the next 3 to 4 days or something, which I really want to get started, but it's going to be a 3-month thing, so I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but I will do obviously we're going to tell you about the reviews a little bit later on, what we're going to be reviewing next on ISM, but for the moment, that's my builds, that's where I am at the moment. So let's get on to the next part of the update, which is another review video. Excuse me, my notes are sticking. We're going to do a quick review video now of a Lifecolor paint set that I bought for the figure build for the Judge Dredd, and it's a flesh one. Now I have bought some other figures, which is why I've gone and bought a flesh set, so I will be using it, and some of the other figures that I've got are quite fleshy as well. No boobies, Lenny, no boobies. Actually, I'll tell a lie, there is one with boobies. So I'm going to, this is why I've done it. So let's have a look at the review, have a look at the paint set. It's only an inbox review, I haven't used them, okay, so here you go. Well then, a very quick review on a set of paints that I bought for the non-military figure group build. Now I'm doing a Judge Dredd, there's not much of a face on it, but I do have other figures that will need a lot of flesh painting, and they're in the 2000 AD range as well. So I thought I'd treat myself to this flesh paint set, which is a Lifecolor flesh paint set, the diorama set. Now, it was a toss-up between this and the Viejo, and I was reasonably recommended by pretty much everyone to go for the Lifecolor and not the Viejo. So this is the one I've gone for. So I just thought I'd do a quick review. As you can see, there's 6 different colours in there, and they're all shadows and bases. You've got flesh lights, two flesh lights, 1 degree, 2 degree, and a base, and then the same for the shadows. Now, what it looks like is this is an actual system, which is nice to see. On the back, it does say step 1 base color 709, and then step 2 shadows, lights, and the numbers of the paints, and step 3 shadows, 2 degree shadows and lights, and then step 4 finishing touches. So I would imagine, I haven't checked yet, but I would imagine there's probably something on their website that you can go up and see how they do it. If not, I'm sure there's plenty of things on YouTube itself to find out about how it's done. So let's just have a quick look in the box. The price has already been flashed up for you and where I got it from. So in the box you get 6 paints, just well presented in a box. They just slot out. Now apparently the consistency of these paints are meant to be the best for flesh and the best for tones and everything. And obviously you can mix acrylic paints, you can mix and match with all other brands and all that lot. So I should be mixing these with Viejo, the set that I've got for the main paints and everything. But on these, they're actually plastic bottles, which is great for weight, because all like Tamiya and all that lot, they're all glass. But you can see the tones in there, they're pretty much exactly as they are on the box, which is very nice to see indeed. Not too much difference there. They shake up very well. I mean, I always put a nut in all my bottles once I open them, but they smell, I've got to say, they actually smell like normal emulsion paint that you water-based emulsion paint that you buy from B&Q or any DIY store. They have no specific smell at all, so they actually smell the most like paint than any other paint that I've got. So they're obviously definitely not smelly. Now if I do this figure painting thing and I really like it, I've got to decide on a range, whether I go for the model colour range or the Lifecolor range for painting figures. Now I know VA's got the most, but you know, depends what's going to be the nicest. So I should try both on this Judge Dredd figure and see what they're. But anyway, that is the Lifecolor flesh paint set. Just a very quick review, what's in the box and the type of paint it is, and I've got to say I'm really looking forward to getting stuck in and using them. Okay, so what reviews are coming up in October? Obviously Paul's got a couple of reviews he's going to do. I think he is going to do the Tamiya 132 Mustang, and he's going to do the Tyran 5, the Israeli Tyran 5. I think those are his 2 for October. Now the reviews that I should be doing in October are going to be Battlestar Galactica Colonial Mark 7. I've got this one because I really enjoyed building the other one. So I've got this one, I'm going to do this. And we'll see what that's like. I'm really looking forward to that one. Looks like a lot easier kit actually than the other one. Also going to do the BA Hawk T1A. Now I've had this kit in my stash for about a year now, and I picked it up for about £12, and you can pick them up for a tenner now. But I went ahead and bought the big Ed set for that as well, so I should be doing a review with this with the big Ed set that you can get for it, because it was so cheap. I thought, well, I'll get the big Ed set, you know, and then it's the price of a normal 132 model. But for 132, amazing prices, those models. And then I'm going to do this, which this is a German King Tiger from Academy, the last production one. Now this has got an amazing paint scheme on it. I bought this on a trip to Bovington not so long ago, and they had a lot of models, tons and tons of models there, but this one just really struck me, and I thought I want to give this one a go, because I think that paintwork's going to be a bit of a challenge. And it's it looks, I have opened the box, haven't looked at everything, but it looks like a cracking kit, it really does. So we're going to do that as well. Also I'm going to review this Greg's donation to ISM for a competition. Now obviously I don't know a lot about Bolsterwood models or anything like that, but I will do a review and I'll be stumbling all the way through it, I'm sure. But it looks like a cracking kit, so I've got to do a review of it before we give it away in a competition. So there's that one as well. But the Pied de Resistance for October will be my review of this baby. Now this is a massive kit, very big, as you can see. and this was an impulse buy at Farnborough Model Fest recently. So this is going to be the first review that comes up for October, and it really is a cracking bit of kit, and I can't wait to get inside of it. So so that's it. So you can see we've got quite a few reviews coming up this month, probably a little bit more, oh, excuse me, probably a little bit more than we usually do, because we have just got so many to do. I mean, I was going to do the F16 Sufa last month, but unfortunately I didn't have time in the end, and Paul did his 132 F16 and then I did the Top Vulcans one, so there really wasn't much point doing 3 F16s in the same month. So the F16 Sufa is going to come in next month. We're going to do that next month, because we got the big one for this month is the German Dora, the 80cm, and that is an awesome piece of plastic, which you will see. But those are the kits that are coming up for October for review, so hopefully there's something there for everyone, and you'll look forward to seeing some of those. Okay, so next, what we're going to do next, we are going to do, there's going to be a review on a new product that's coming onto the market very, very soon. It should be released in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I've been told. Now this is a company called Ultimate Modelling Products, and they've just started to bring out a few odds and sods with regards to helping modelers achieve the best results with their modelling basically. Now the first review I'm going to quickly do is for their thinners and cleaners. Now let me just grab these for you. This is their the Airbrush thinners and cleaners. Now I'm not going to do a proper review, I'm just going to talk about them. I think it's probably going to be easier. Now these they're 250ml bottles. Now with Ultimate, they've contacted Paul and myself a while ago and said, look, we're bringing out these products, can you trial our products for us? And I said, yeah, we're more than happy to do that, you know, obviously, which is why I've been furiously building. As you'll notice, I've built quite a lot more recently, and it's to give these a whirl, and the same with Paul. All we've been using are these products when we've been modelling, nothing else. And I've got to say, I'm not going to use anything else again. This thinner is absolutely amazing. It's better than X28. This works with every single acrylic modelling paint out there. Now we've tested it, between Paul and myself, we've got every paint, and we've tested it with every single paint that we've got, and yes, we do like lots of paint. It's we're allowed to have lots of paint, okay, for someone special. There's so this thinner is brilliant. It works with everything. It brings the paint out level and smooth and everything, and I really like it, and you get a lot for your money. They haven't released the prices yet, but we've been told they're going to be under a £5. So under a £5 for a 250ml thinner is pretty good. That's pretty much half the price of most of the other ones, because they're smaller bottles for £7, something like that. Now their Airbrush Cleaner, again, we've used this with everything. We've practiced with everything. It is brilliant again. Now they've told us that they've put a little blue dye in this because the bottle's so similar to their thinners. They found that some people were mixing them up, so they put a little blue dye in there, very small amounts, very light, and to be able to tell the difference between the two, so when you pick them up you're not going to, because the labels are exactly the same apart from the word cleaner and thinner. So I think that's a really good idea, But I can say with hand on heart that they are seriously, I'm not going to use anything else. I've got, as you'll see in my video in a minute, my Mancave video, I've got quite a few cleaners and thinners and things like that, and it's you're having to use one thinner goes with one, doesn't work with another, and same with the cleaners, one will clog something up, another one won't. But these things have been specially formulated to work with everything, and they do work with everything. So hats off to you guys at Ultimate. Thank you very much. These guys are going to start giving out some prizes for us as well, for people on our site, so there'll be another sponsor as well. They also do these as well, which I've found very, very handy, and I know Paul has when he was doing his photo etch. This is a photo etch placer. Now it's like a pencil that you sharpen, and it's wax based sticks basically, and what they do is you sharpen them up basically like a pencil, and you pick up really tiny bits of photo etch and things like that, and they're absolutely brilliant. And because they're pencils, well, as soon as it loses its tack, you literally just cut it with a knife. I found a pencil sharpener doesn't really work that well, I've got to say. I've been using a knife to do it because you seem to get a better cut on it. But they're, again, another product of theirs which is really, really good. So these guys, I think they're bringing out lots of other different things and things like that. Yeah, they're really worth a go. Really worth a go. So more on those another day, I'm sure. But now we're going to do, what are we going to do? Sorry, my notes. We're going to have a look at my man cave. Quick video of my man cave. So here you go. Okay, here's a quick tour of my man cave as promised. So we go in. This is a 14x8 shed, so it's not massive. We've just got some storage units. We've got a work area there where I'll do like an eBay business. Over here we've got some mice. I'm busy tucking away. There's quite a few mice in there, believe it or not. And we've got the birds. I mean, obviously you've all heard the birds. We've got 3 canaries in there and 2 zebra finches. Decided to get really flighty, they don't like the camera. Yeah, it doesn't want to focus for some reason. But that's the noise that you can hear, everyone can hear. Over here we've just got some storage and things like that, not very interesting. And we've got a... Oh, there you go, she sneaks in and tries to have the birds. Right, so man cave area. So we've got a stash, lots of stash area. We go up top. We've got tools I use, obviously sanders, all types of clamps and things like that. And then we've got all the knives, paintbrushes, everything like that on there. Over here we've got all my glues and putties. Okay, and then we've got all my tweezers, things like that. Everything that I use a lot of right to hand on the desk. And we've got obviously Darth, everyone's got to have a Darth. Tools, odds and sods, lots of tools and things like that in there as well. And then we've got the PE tool. We've got this is my clear boxes where I keep all my clear plastic when I'm working on something. All my current builds are here. As you can see, I've got the Tiger tank, the Vostok, and the Judge Dredd figure, and we've got the Revel Colonial Viper, which is all ready for paint, for his red stripes paint. Obviously we've got one of these triple bright lights. They're excellent lights. I'm just going to lower this, and we've got some lights up there that I use for filming. There's another one there, and it's still not bright enough, believe it or not. But paint's got some old Humbrals. I don't know why I keep them, I just do. Lots of empty jars along the top that I use for odds and sods, and some plastic cups. And the plastic cups are what I use for mixing and things like that, water and everything. And you've got all the Model Airs, which my wife kindly bought for me for my birthday recently. Just got some model colour, which I've got for that first figure build that I've got. And then we've got some of the Vallejo liquid golds. I haven't tried them yet, but they're meant to be quite good. Some people said they're good, some people said they're bad, so we shall see. Next shelf down we've got some Lifecolor stuff. Again, this is for the figure builds on ISM that we're doing at the moment. Let's give them a whirl. You've got the Mr. Hobby Metallizer paints. They are absolutely awesome. If you haven't got those, get them. They are brilliant. And then we've got a whole range of Mr. Hobby. 3 rows of Mr. Hobby there. And then they've got some odds and sods at the end there. We've got Dymo tape, which I use for scribing, some rubbers, some stickers which I use for the instructions and things like that, razor blades, that sort of stuff. One pot of Citadel, which is Rune Fang steel, which is what I use for aluminium. Brilliant that is. And then you've got a whole Tamiya range there as well. And then the bottom shelf is basically my weathering shelf. So you've got some Ableton oils, some Indian oil, some washes, all the AK range there. And we've got these Sin filters that I've just tried that Paul's recommended. Still unsure about them. Some tapes, all the other stuff that I use, again some pigment powders, and everything that's to hands right in front of me. I've got 2 excuse me, I've got 2 A2 mats there that I work on. I still could do with more space, we really could. And over here, up here we've got some odds and sods, some scratch building stuff. There's a drill, circle cutter, all my airbrush stuff's in here, so all my tools for fixing airbrushes and things like that. I'll give you a quick show of that actually. But this is what I call my emergency airbrush kit, and this basically is lots of stuff in here. As you can see, everything to clean out and maintain the airbrushes. I think everyone needs all that kit. So then we've got underneath there, we've got all my varnishes that I use. Do not use these, do not use them. Whatever you do, they are awful and they will kill your models. These I use for ultra flat. This is brilliant flat varnish, best you can get. And then the satin I use the Vallejo, and I've just started using the clear coat now for clear. I used to use the clear, but I really don't like it. So old glues and putties and things that I don't really use a lot of, but they're there just in case. Obviously a lot of masks for models and things like that. Always buy the masks for aircraft. Lead wire and things like that for a bit of scratching. Decal tray and some stencils for the old German World War II patterns and everything. And then we've got all my weighting stuff here, which is, if you've seen the video then you know what all that is. Underneath there we've got Alclads, which I've just bought. I'm just trying those out at the moment. I've only just tried the grey primer, which seems to be really good. Dries exceptionally quick. Some micro mesh cloths and the sponges for the cockpit work and things like that. And down there I've just got all my blades and the sharp stuff in these drawers, and all my primers are down there. Okay, and then we come out a bit and we've got the Graphic Air, I think is it AD300, A300S. It's an amazing bit of kit. If anyone can afford one, get one. They are expensive, but they're worth every single penny. A little area in the middle, you can see it's well used at the moment. And underneath the desk we have my Dremel and unfinished kits. You can see there's about 4 in there that are unfinished that have got to be done, which I will get around to. I think we're going to do a GB on ISM, the Shelf of Doom, where we can finish all unfinished kits. We've got more stash crammed in here, as you can see. And quite a lot of odds and sods and little things in there. In here we've just got, underneath here we've just got a drawer. This has got all my spares in it, so stuff that I've got seconds of that I use a lot of. I always buy 2 of when I can. I think I've got the world supply of cotton buds and toothpicks in there. This is my spares drawer, and so all spare sprues and everything in there. I've just got spare cut off straight sprue in there. In here is just all spare tools and everything, just odds and sods. And in there it's just all spare tubs and packages and tubes and things like that. There's a bin. Woo! Underneath there again it's just a Jenny and some other odds and sods. But over here above the thing we've got our old symbol. I love that symbol. And it's just some sockets. Top shelves, just odds and sods really. PVA glue, sponges, stands that I use to rest models on, spare crappy brushes, masks, gloves, you know, all that sort of rubbish. Actually on the paint station we've got some ammo, lots of airbrush cleaners. We're just trialling this stuff for a company at the moment. Let's have a look. This ultimate stuff, there's that and some thinners, and I've got to say they're absolutely amazing. Much better than anything else. I think all the rest I can just chuck away and just use that. And same with the thinners. The thinners is better than X20A. It works with absolutely everything. There's nothing that it doesn't work with, excuse the double negative. But as you see, I've got a range of everything there, giving it all a whirl, but I could chuck the rest away and just use that ultimate stuff from now on. We will do a review on it soon, but it hasn't come to market yet, so we're still trialling it for the company. So they've allowed us to say that we are using it at the moment. So, but there you go. So watch out for that stuff. It's absolutely brilliant. Down here I've just got more brushes that I clean out the cups with and things like that. I've got some distilled water, some 100% IPA I used to clean the all the nasty stuff out. My compressor, this is a cheap eBay 85 quid job, and it's done me proud for nearly 3 years now. Brilliant bit of kit. There's no point spending a lot of money on these things. Get the double tank one though with the air trap, 85 quid, and that's done me for God knows how long. My airbrushes, I've got my badge of chrome, which I use for pretty much all my paintwork. I've just bought the Neo Iwatta Neo, which I'm going to use for the alcalads and anything nasty. And then I've got this cheap gun off of eBay. This was a tenner. Brilliant bit kit for a tenner, but I use that solely for clear coats and varnishes and things like that. That's all it gets used for, nothing else. So I don't have to ruin and keep cleaning out my main airbrush. So my main airbrush now is just paint and paint only. Over here we've got some more of the stash. This is all my big models, as you can see. Oh, don't show you that. There's a review coming up on that very soon. There's a lot of reviews coming up there, still some big stuff. This will be reviewed next month as well. This is the Academy King Tiger last production one. But as you can see, we've got here just some spare workbench space. On here we've got the kits. These are all prizes for. Oh, when's that a prize? These are all prizes for ISM. Oh my God, what's that? That's a prize coming soon. That will be announced in a news show what that is and who that's for. That's an amazing bit of charity, that. Over here, so this is for my cigars. I smoke cigars. I like a cigar every now and then, once a week or something. And obviously the music station. And that's pretty much it. That is my man cave. It's not as impressive as Paul's, but it's compact and bijou, and I like it. And as you can see, finally built up my paint collection to where I want it to be. I might still get one more paint. I might get the extra acrylics. There's enough room along the top shelf for all the extra acrylics, and I might get those as well because their colours are meant to be spot on. But apart from that, there you go. That's where I live when whenever I can get out of the house. This is where I am. So I hope you liked it, and we're back to the show. Right, that's my man cave. As you can see, unfortunately I don't have any famous orange scissors, but you know, I do like a lot of paint. The tools that we use are not necessities. I know a lot of luxuries and things like that, but whatever helps you gives you confidence to do the job is what's important. It doesn't matter whether you just have you know, you can use crappy old knives and things like that if you want, but you know, I think whatever helps you achieve the best result for your model and makes you feel comfortable getting to where you want to be with the model, then that's the most important thing. Doesn't matter, like it doesn't matter whether you've got 300 paints or whatever, but you know, with the tools and things like that, as long as you're happy with if they get you to where you want to be, then that's the best thing for them. And you know, some people have said, you know, it's not worth having all this lot, and maybe knocked us a little bit, myself, Paul, and some other modelers that we know of. But at the end of the day, modelling is a hobby, and everyone can do what they want as far as we're concerned. You can have, you know, 10 paints or 10,000 paints, it doesn't matter. But what matters is that, you know, you enjoy doing what you do, and you enjoy your hobby, and you enjoy, you know, the thing is, half the time with modelling, I think it's not the end result that's the most important thing. And this is a kind of an ethos that we promote on ISM. You know, it's good to better yourself, and it's good to get better models and make yourself a better modeler, which is the whole point of things like the ISM channel and the forum, and that's to help people progress naturally rather than forcing it to a level that they're happy with. It doesn't matter whether anyone else is happy with your level. Forget everyone else. Alright, I'm at a level where I'm happy, and I like using these paints. I like looking up and seeing that wall of paint. It's nice. This is my man cave. It's my relaxation, and so I like doing what I like to do in my man cave. But you know, I think all the tools help. You know, anything that makes your models better and makes you progress is good in my book. So so you know, you guys can carry on and do whatever you want to do, no matter what anyone says. Okay, you model how you want to model, and you enjoy you doing what you're doing without getting knocked by anyone. Okay, so so that's it. So what I want to do, I hope you like my man cave. It is my place of solace, my fortress of solitude, and I do like it. I've even got a lock on the inside of the door to keep the son and wife out when they have to. But anyway, so that's it. Now I just want to quickly go over our sponsors. Obviously just want to give them a quick mention again, because they do a smashing job for us, and we really do appreciate our sponsors and the fact that they contribute to our forum in such a smashing way and give everyone an opportunity to win some excellent prizes. So first of all, we've obviously got eModels. They do our monthly free prize draw. They just donate these prizes every month for, you know, just for nothing. So they're excellent. We've also got Models Are Go. Again, love Models Are Go. John, cracking bloke, he sponsors our group builds. And again, every 3 months, well 4 months now, we'll be having 3 prizes off of John, so for the group builds, for the main ISM group builds, which is excellent. Thanks a lot, Models Are Go. We've also got S&M Stuff, Sean at S&M Stuff, who sponsors our SiGs, 4 SiGs a year. Now they're a paint shop primarily, and figure painting and things like that, and model painting. They've got such a vast range of paints. It's where my wife got all my Model Airs from, actually. Smashing price of 212 quid. We want to say thank you to Sean at S&M Stuff for sponsoring our SiGs. It's great, mate. Thank you very much. We've also got Rin at Dark World Creations sponsoring our figure build at the moment. That's great. That came out of the blue for us, so it's really great to have that. So thank you very much, Rin. And if you haven't checked Dark World Creations out, check them out. They're a small company, family run, who make these awesome resin figures, and I'm a sucker for the Judge Dredd ones they do anyway. So so that's all our main sponsors, and we just want to say thank you to you all. We really do appreciate your help and everything that we get from you. Now just want to do a few shout outs as well. Not many this month. First one is to Greg Ches. Thanks again for donating that model. Awesome, mate. That really is an awesome prize for someone. Someone's going to be really chuffed to nuts with that. I know I would. I'd love that myself, just to have it on display or something, you know. Also to Model Pro 72 Lenny. Now this is a shout just to say thank you for your awful Rastafarian Terminator impressions. He is a Rastafarian, mate. Thank you very much. I just keep wondering where his bubbly is, that's all. And to Alex Modelling, well done for getting back on your feet, mate. We know life can have its ups and downs, and just want to say well done for pulling yourself up and getting back out there and getting in the thick of it, mate. It's not easy to do, I know, but well done, mate. Good to see you back. And want a big shout out to everyone else who uses our forums and watches our videos as well. Thank you very much for your support. We really do appreciate everything you do and say for us, and you know, again, I'm still stunned by how well everything's taken off. You know, we've got nearly 850 members on the forum in the space of 4 months, and very active, and we've got nearly 2,000 subs now on our YouTube channel. It was brilliant. Couldn't even thought it'd be half this good, you know, in such a short space of time when we set all this up. So really are chuffed, and just want to say thank you to everyone. Really mean it. Thank you. So that's pretty much it for this month. Hopefully you've liked something, you've seen something you liked, and you know, there's something there for everyone. But if you haven't yet, come over to ISM, internationalscalemodeler.com, register. Get stuck in with any of the group builds or SiGs, or just anything you want to do. You know, come over, say hi, and we'll be glad to see you and speak to you. So from now, everyone, take care. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.